gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for 1 round with a 10-minute time limit and is for the brown belt division 175-pound Masters Key Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Team Took. He is the founder and CEO of Submission Hunter Pro, El Jefe, Eric Garcia. And introducing his opponent across the stage, fighting out of the red corner, representing UFC Gym. This is the Yoga Flame, Morgan Oriahi. Steve Portillo with your final championship instructions.
This is a 10-minute match, submission only. There's no submission within the 10-minute regulation when you go into overtime. First one is 4 minutes, then we judge by points, penalties, and advantages. If there's, again, no winner at that point, we'll go to a second overtime for 4 minutes. Any questions? All right, guys, touch them up.
All right, let's get it on.
Let's go. So Eric, in his last two of his last three matches, he has finished with a baseball bat choke. So something that we have to definitely keep a lookout for, see a potential choke here or attempt. And then for Morgan, he's just got such these long legs. He's going to look to get to a closed guard, maybe work some rubber guard in the gi.
I think his last few have been triangles, huh?
Yeah. He works he's got these long legs and he's really flexible. So he's definitely going to try to get to that closed guard and utilize them legs.
Yeah, he's got a really solid triangle game.
So I think both athletes definitely know like what the other one is best at, like what's their best submission that they have to offer. So.
Just to make a little correction there, Morgan Oriahi is actually representing UFC Gym. Sorry about that.
Morgan jumps guard. Morgan immediately looking to break down Eric's posture, trying to get that shin high across the base of his neck. He's going to work that rubber guard. So once he gets his... So Eric's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's putting his head right inside Morgan's face and not letting him get that, not getting that leg up. But what we're gonna look out for is that once Morgan kind of grabs that leg, he's gonna try to swim his hand inside for like an overhook.
Yep, there it is.
Morgan trying to work the overhook. That overhook is really important for Morgan to utilize. So if you get that overhook and then get that leg over the top for the rubber guard, you make him pretty dominant here. Yeah. It looks like Eric's able to get his hand back inside though. Eric controlling the sleeves, looking to stand up. He's going to stand up and try to open up Morgan's guard. If he can open up the guard, then he can utilize that to start passing, maybe force a half guard. The half guard position would be a lot better for Eric to deal with than being inside the full closed guard. Morgan's trying to get Ezekiel. Eric needs to hold this position and let gravity do its work on Morgan's legs.
Adding that elbow pressure on the thighs would help for sure.
Yeah. But at the same time, he needs to watch his body lock. So if Morgan is able to get his arms underneath Eric's elbows, he could, you know, drop his feet to the mat and hit a body lock takedown, or called a backbreaker takedown.
Yeah. Looking for that muscle sweep.
These guys came prepared for each other, to be honest. You know, they both came really prepared with a solid game plan for each other. So we're definitely seeing having to be a little bit more creative with their game. Eric using his head, keeping that dominant head position. I would say that Eric has a very strong base too. He's keeping his hips really wide, dropping his butt to the mat.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, and Morgan has just like a really good guard. So these two are actually just like canceling each other out very well right now.
Yeah, we're already 5 minutes in. Honestly, a lot has been going on. It's just action, constant grip fighting, especially from Morgan, just doing constant grip fighting, trying to pummel his hands inside.
Yeah, he's been very busy, very, very active here.
About to hit that 7-minute mark where things start to fade a little bit and you know, the fatigue starts to kick in. It's where people start to make a lot of mistakes here in the next couple minutes. So,
Oh, there's that triangle. You have to be careful about that.
Man, Eric's fighting that so well with that knee in the center there. Very nice. Good work by both these gentlemen. I'm exhausted. I want some collar drags, honestly. I mean, that's what I always want, but especially I want some collar drags now.
Especially the ones that face plant.
I mean, when you've got 3 minutes, it's not a bad idea.
Morgan jump guard again.
Nice.
Eric coming out with double sleeve control here. Morgan underhooking the leg. He's again, if Morgan can like get his hand inside underneath Eric's elbow, he could go chop his feet for a body lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you called that.
Yeah.
The problem though is that Morgan's tall, so it's like it's gonna be hard for him to get his feet underneath him for that body lock.
He could drop down and go for the plier sweep, cross his
Yeah.
legs in, and
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a great plan for him.
possible neck crank.
Yeah, like he keeps going for that muscle sweep, but Eric's doing a really good job at neutralizing that position, dropping that hip.
He's keeping his
Sorry,
hips
dropping
low.
that knee.
Yeah.
Eric's base is just so strong. It may not look like it, but he's got
Oh, I've
such
been
a
there.
strong
You
base.
know.
Eric's beaten me up a couple of times.
Yeah, this was as well matched as I thought it was going to be, definitely.
All right, we're going about a minute left on the clock.
Eric's using that head pressure very well.
1 minute remaining in regulation. 1 minute remaining.
And every time Morgan changes angles, he's doing a really good job of squaring up.
You know, it'd be really cool to see in the last couple of seconds. Eric go for that baseball bat choke inside Morgan's guard.
Inside the guard.
Be surprised.
Hey, it's 2020. Stranger things have happened.
I mean, it's definitely happened in the past.
This
Yeah.
is a 2020 thing for sure.
Could go for Ezekiel inside the guard. That's one thing.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, my fingers are too broken for that.
I think by black ball, all
That is
fingers
why
too
my fingers are broken.
All right, so just a reminder, we've got 15 seconds left. If there is no submission, which it looks like there may not be, we are going to go to
10
overtime.
seconds.
Overtime is IBJJF rules, and it's 4 minutes.
And then we look at points and we look at
Time.
advantages. All right, so we are going to go to that 4-minute overtime with points and advantages.
We are going to overtime. Four minutes. IBJJF rules apply. Points and advantages will be scored if no submission occurs. Who are you riding with, H-Town? You got Eric Garcia? Or are you rolling with the Yoga Flame, Morgan Oriahi?
I'm going to call it. I think Morgan's going to jump guard and get a sweep.
Yeah, definitely going to try to jump guard, I think. Or maybe a takedown. Who knows? He might be trying to change it up.
You never know.
Hey, we may see some crazy magic baseball bat choke action.
There we
You
go.
never know. All right, let's do it.
El Jefe
4 minutes
versus
on the clock.
Yoga Flame.
It's not a whole lot of time left on the clock, so I mean, once the position happens, they have to work in order to score or at least get an advantage to seal the deal.
Yeah, they definitely have to keep the pace.
I
Yeah.
want a collar drag. I don't want it now.
We don't want to see a second overtime, and a second overtime, I believe, will go to a ref's decision towards the end, so you don't want to leave it in the hands of the ref. Morgan jumps guard again.
Called it. Eric needs to keep his posture up and really look for the guard pass.
Yeah, Eric's really using his head there to kind of drive. Dropping that knee again.
He has to be careful.
Morgan working at X choke here. It's not a bad plan at all. Yeah, he's been spending a lot of time just kind of breaking Eric's posture down and trying to get to his rubber guard, but like he hasn't really been threatening to attack the neck much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely gets you to defend to kind of open up some other positions there.
Looks like Eric's going for a punch choke from inside the closed guard here.
Yeah.
Is that Masapao? What is that?
Yeah, like a Masapao.
Salo did that to me once.
Morgan look for that sweep. that body triangle. Professor Washington calling for the Ezekiel choke. I've seen it done in this position. It's just very
Yeah.
weird.
You can see Morgan's hips are starting to sag. His hips are going to drop here any second. Once his hips drop, Eric's got to look for the pass immediately.
He has to be careful of that plier sweep.
Yeah, it's possible. I think gravity doesn't work in your favor so much when you're trying to get that Ezekiel from there.
Yeah. Again, looking for that punch choke. He has to be careful with his posture.
Eric's trying to back out. He needs to not back out. He needs to drive back in.
Yeah, I'd like to see him drive in, actually. Square up, drive in.
Nice. Morgan needs to get an underhook.
Yeah, he needs to swim his arm in for that overhook, so that way he can isolate the arm and trap the shoulder a little bit better.
Yep. There's about a little confusion going on. I have
Can't see
His
the time.
corner is telling him not to end the time. Unfortunately, he doesn't make the rules for this, so they're going to have to separate and go into a 2-minute overtime with ref decision.
Time.
All right, well, seems to be a little bit of confusion about the time there. I'm not so sure what's going on, but
No points, no advantages were scored. We're going to double overtime.
Ooh, I am exhausted for these
IBJJF
gentlemen.
rules still apply. Points and advantages will be scored in the event there is no submission. If no points, no advantages are scored, it is the referee's decision after this round.
Now that it's double elimination, do you think Morgan's going to change his game plan and maybe start looking for the takedown?
I mean, it's do or die, you know? Like, you got to go for it.
You- yeah, and you could, but I think you kind of have to consider at this point that like everybody's tired. So when you're tired, that's when you start to make mistakes. So if it's something that's kind of been working for him so far up until this point, they've just had a 14 minutes of rolling, you know.
Referee's bringing him back to the middle.
All right, we got 2 minutes on the clock. Who's going to take it? El Jefe or the Yoga Flame?
What do you think? We're going to see a collar drag here?
I just want to see a collar drag. That's all I want in my life right now. Morgan's corner calling for him to shoot. And we see that guard jump again.
Yeah, you see, definitely see the fatigue kicking on Morgan's legs. Oh, there's a takedown.
There's the takedown.
1.
2 points. Where Morgan is about a minute left on the clock.
Looks like Eric's going for that baseball bat choke.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do at this point. You got 57 seconds.
Yep.
You just really got to work from there.
It's no points. He has a submission in.
There may be. That might be.
No points yet. Go belly down.
He's got to keep turning, get his elbow
Keep
really
turning.
high.
He's got to keep working.
Yeah. As soon as Morgan clears the submission, then he gets the pass points. He has 30 seconds, so.
Yeah, Morgan's doing a good job of just kind of keeping his elbows kind of pinched
30
together.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, and now that he's like kind of stepped over into like north-south there, he's really neutralized.
Yeah,
that
he's
position.
neutralized this.
Eric's going to give everything he has and go belly down and maybe get that submission, but it looks.
20 seconds.
Go belly down, go belly down.
10 seconds. Time.
Hard fought. That was a Very, very tough back and forth, 14 minutes of jiu-jitsu. 16 minutes of jiu-jitsu. I am exhausted. All right, and we are gonna see that 175 Master Gi title belt go to Morgan Oriahi, Yoga Flame.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this match in double overtime by a score of 2-0. And your new brown belt, 175-pound Masters Gi champion, Morgan, the Yoga Flame, Oriahi.